How much do you know about Titus from the Bible? If you're anything like me, the answer to that question is not enough. Let's fix that right now. Titus was a trusted companion of the Apostle Paul and a significant leader in the early Christian church. Though not mentioned in the book of Acts, his contributions are highlighted in several of Paul's letters, particularly in Second Corinthians, Galatians, and the Epistle to Titus. As a Greek convert to Christianity, Titus became a living example of the gospel's power to reach beyond Jewish boundaries and into the Gentile world. One of the earliest mentions of Titus comes in Paul's letter to the Galatians, Galatians 2, 1 through 3, where Paul brings Titus to Jerusalem as proof that Gentile believers did not need to be circumcised to be accepted by God. Titus's very presence challenged the idea that salvation required adherence to Mosaic law. Paul uses Titus as a symbol of God's grace offered freely to all who believe, both Jew and Gentile alike. Titus played a crucial role in Paul's ministry to the Corinthian church. When tensions arose between Paul and the Corinthians, Titus was the one Paul sent to help mend the relationship. Paul trusted Titus deeply, referring to him as his partner and co-worker. Titus successfully carried Paul's severe letter to Corinth and returned with good news. The church had repented and desired reconciliation. Paul rejoiced at Titus's return and his encouraging report, highlighting Titus's tact, compassion, and spiritual maturity in the process. In addition to these responsibilities, Titus was tasked with overseeing the churches in Crete. Paul's letter to him, known as the Epistle to Titus, outlines the qualifications for church leaders and the importance of sound doctrine and good works. Paul instructs Titus to appoint elders in every town and to combat false teachings that were disrupting the faith of new believers. Titus's leadership was pivotal in stabilizing and organizing the young churches in the island. Titus later traveled to Dalmatia, modern-day Croatia, according to 2 Timothy 4:10, where he likely continued the work of evangelism and church planting. While the New Testament gives few details about the end of his life, church tradition holds that Titus became the first bishop of Crete and faithfully ministered there until his death. Titus's life is a model of faithful service, humility, and courage. He worked behind the scenes to resolve conflict, strengthen churches, and promote unity in the body of Christ. His example reminds us that ministry is not always about visibility, it's about reliability, character, and willingness to go wherever God calls, even into difficult or unfamiliar territory. And that's why I think it's important to ask the question,